themselves through to the semi-finals. What they got to do to do it? They've just got to beat the #2 currently ranked team in the region, Johnny. This is going to be a tough time for them, but they've got to try and go ahead and do it.
Yeah, this is the test. KCP started off their RLCS season with a very impressive string of results, but EnVy are on another level, and already with a great start, missed. Solo goal, pre-flips into the air dribble, and Beast Mode couldn't get near it.
Well, I think you can just replace Beast Mode with pretty much anyone this season.
Yeah.
Then no one's got near him. Mist has reinvented himself this season. It was his original move over to this roster that started the upward trend. Added Turbo, and they've just been a different beast entirely. But looking for the double tap from Beast Mode. Didn't quite get it. It was always going to be a difficult move to pull off. KCP, it'll be about maintaining momentum. Don't let too many goals against you as Turbo completely misreads that aerial.
Yeah, just ran out of boost. Maybe he was expecting a bounce off the ceiling to help him out, but yeah, the ball just horribly went right over the top of him. It's a painful one, but at least he can call that early. He probably knew that he was missing or realized that he was missing and told his teammates what to expect, whereas KCP, they're probably just thinking that he's faking when he's lets go of that boost, but not that he's completely out of it.
No, he's still out of boost at the moment. Only have one boost at the other side of the field. The wall missed. Backing down. Fake challenge from him to enable Atomic to move in. Now Atomic to Turbo. Off the backboard. Who's going to be first to it? EnVy with the 1-goal lead choose not to over-pursue a goal, and they might get them regretting it. Beast Mode first to it. 1 each.
Yeah, really good here from Rapid. It's difficult to know exactly what kind of wall that's going to bounce off. Is it going to bounce directly into the middle? Is it going to go more straight into the center of the box? Or as we see, downwards, which is it's very hard to cover all those angles. EnVy not able to attack that at the near post, and it's ended up being an easy finish for KCP. But that's really what you want to be doing in those positions that you saw from Rapid there. Just trying to hit the ball off an awkward angle, try and catch a bounce at the defense you're going to have a hard time reading.
And, you know, despite the opening goal, as we see Rapid going for another off-ball redirect, KCP will be very happy to see a couple of whiffs from Team EnVy so far. Now, we need to try and work off that. Ball over to Atomic. Has to just put that shot straight into Beast Mode, but it now becomes very awkward for the defense. On to Turbo, back to Mist. Going into question, memory's clear, and it's not fantastic. We did at least get it over to Rapid. Now again, huge demo, and they get the clear. Team EnVy efficient as always defensively, but another slight moment of hesitation. Almost got them caught. Beast Mode on the backboard. Looked for an incredible angle shot. I think he was trying to calculate, all right, what on earth can I do from here to put this one in?
Yeah, I'm not sure how he came up with that one, but it was a great try there from Beast Mode, and it's another one of those plays where just the presence of an opponent makes it hard to know what to do. Now here come EnVy, infield pass to Mist, who gets his second goal of the game.
And it is just an incredibly unfortunate whiff from Memory. Didn't read where the ball was going to bounce. Straight back out to Turbo. And you can't afford to be doing that at this level. And to see Pioneers handing themselves a bit more of a difficult time in this game, but they've still got over half the game to go. Turbo looking to put some more hurt on, and doesn't need flip resets, doesn't need double taps. He'll just take this direct.
That's beautiful. Turbo stops boosting, makes it look like he's going to play the flip reset, as usually that's what happens when somebody slows down mid-air dribble. But he's re-engaged that boost, hit the ball a lot harder than Memory was expecting, and gets a nice little solo play for himself. Great plays from EnVy in the clutch here. Clinical stuff. And although there have been, one or two awkward positions in the midfield for them, they look like they're in good form. And the final day of this competition, definitely one of the favorites to win it after how well they played yesterday.
This sounded very confident. It's been a while. You don't usually hear that confidence from them outside of a day one. Sometimes on day two. They seemed almost certain that it was going to be EnVy moving on from this. Atomic gets demoed. Should be easy to clean up, though, for the rest of Team EnVy. KCP, they'll look for ways through here. And one thing I do want to see from them here, Johnny, is just that little bit of variety. KCP can get stuck with one-track-minded offense on occasion. A couple of infield passes, a couple of different ways of approaching the attack. And you give them at least a little bit more of a chance here.
Yeah, they're keeping EnVy at bay for now. They're keeping them in the back corners and trying to steal their boost as they do so, but Turbo does transition and single-handedly gets EnVy out of that stranglehold. Looks like KCP weren't all that desperate. They weren't completely committed to containing EnVy there. We heard Sonics mentioning it yesterday that they've got a good plan for how to keep their opponents contained when they get into these kind of positions. I don't think KCP are really the kind of team who try to focus too much on that. They like the counter plays. Check out this counter play. Atomic straight into the roof of the net as they take a 3-goal lead. Pass from Turbo Pulsar, or rather 50 from Turbo, and then Rapid, in an attempt to clear the ball, has actually made matters worse.
Yeah, and really, can't really put too much more onto that. Don't pass it to your opponent as they find themselves 4-1 down. That's something you'll always see from EnVy, though, as they trust each other enough defensively to at least leave players around in passing options. They're going to be stuck in a situation with all 3 players stuck on the goal line. It's Turbo to Atomic, trying to put the exclamation mark on what has been a great game 1 for them. Not quite there yet. Turbo crunching through another challenge. I don't think he's lost one just yet. KCP, you know, it was some of their own mistakes that led to this situation. They need to be cleaner in game 2 at the very least. Atomic, one more needed. He's going to drop down, gets it over to Turbo. What a play by Atomic. And Turbo just sort of sees it go past him. I've been surprised that he's made it that far. Atomic now looks to try and at least score the pass from miss. Turbo pre-jumping the shot. And that is a dominant game 1 for Team EnVy.
Yeah, solid stuff from them. They've taken their chances well here, but they've also created very threatening chances. The shots are pretty similar, but the overall quality of shots for KCP was nowhere near the level that EnVy were able to produce, because they didn't have to just, take what they get and hope for the best. They were kind of cherry picking the real prime shots, the prime opportunities that they were given. And as long as KCP continue to make 1 or 2 mistakes in defense like we saw from them here, I think EnVy are going to have quite an easy matchup today, but I expect more from KCP. I think the defensive consistency should improve for them. Otherwise, we can already anticipate what kind of tweet Turbo is going to put out after the series. Probably something, if I had to guess, if the series keeps going the way it is, Turbo after the series will tweet, GG's, unlucky loss to Rogue in the grand final today. Something to just throw a little bit of a mind game at NRG who are coming up later. But they've got to go through KCP first. We'll see how game 2 goes.
Yeah, absolutely so. And I think for this sort of matchup especially, we already know how good EnVy are at maintaining a lead, and it's also been somewhat well documented about how bad KCP have been at trying to get back into games that they're down in. That first goal is going to be so crucial for them. And they'll need to try and at least avoid Mist in the opening few moments, like he was in the very first game. Rapid looking for the setup. Good block as well. It's going to be Memory moving in. Shot's not on target. Second one is.
Yeah, it's good pressure. The full team's here to attack as Rapid blocks the initial clear. Beast Mode just lingering at the edge of the box, waiting to see whether or not Memory's shot goes through. Follows up brilliantly with a power shot to the top right corner. And now we're going to see what they can do with this lead. It's all about the defense for KCP. All about consistency, making sure that their clears are in fact clears and not just giving the possession away. Memory flies after his own soft clear there just to ensure that what we're talking about does come to fruition for them. Safety and defense for KCP. That's the name of the game.
Now it'll be Memory that is tasked with doing that. Rapid straight in to help out. EnVy will not give up this position all too easily. It will be very much up to KCP to maybe leave a player on the wall, give themselves an option to pass to. So if they're going to try and take on a consistent 50-50 in the midfield, it's going to be difficult to win, although Rapid, if there is anyone that was going to win it, it was always going to be him. Comes out to Beast Mode, takes his time, lines up the shot. And Turbo will at least clear. He's also downfield if they wanted to get the ball back over to him, but not quite the option. So far, so good, though, from KCP. They are not overreaching, and they've been calm when put under pressure.
Yeah, this is a better game, not just by scoreline, but in terms of how it's going. And another good response to a bad clear, this time from Memory. So it's Memory forcing the bad clear in the first goal. Now this one is kind of just a panic play for Miss. He didn't have perfect vision there. It was a position where the ball's very close to him and it's hard to see where the opponents are. He's expecting an immediate shot, plays the ball to counter it, but there actually was no player. He's just passed it to the player who was approaching a little bit more slowly. KCP calculated in their aggression in game 2.
It's an issue because there's no good choice for you. You're just gonna have to assume that player is there. That player is coming to take a shot. I have to at least find a block, from a blind spot. You said nobody around, and KCP have doubled up. Smart and Rapid coming together. That's an interesting pinch. Not one that's going to catch Atomic out. EnVy with a lot of work to do. 3 minutes on the clock to do it. But it's been calm so far here from KCP. Turbo, good job getting 2 players moving. Atomic looks to put immediate pressure on. Miss now up. He's going to want to try and take this by himself. It's a very soft first touch. EnVy relying on the individual plays right now. And why not when you've got Atomic that can do that? And that's 2 players now committed. That gives EnVy a decent advantage. Miss wants to try and power through. But Rapid's car will block him.
That was unreal from Atomic. Flies up and catches the ball as it's coming back down and then starts air dribbling it back up again. I mean, how much aerial control you need to pull that kind of thing off. Really shows how in tune he is today in offense. I mean, the recoveries have been instantaneous for him as well. That being said, KCP have improved defensively. We've not seen any real mistakes from them. No huge blunders to allow EnVy freebies, free passes, free shots in this second game. I'm sure EnVy are going to play the clock well in the final few minutes here, final couple of minutes, I should say. They've been quite passive. They've been sitting deep, but I expect that to change. We're going to see some players left up front, looking for redirects, looking to make passing options.
One thing I've really liked here from KCP is they've taken that, classic fairy advice. They are no longer trying to play these challenges to win them. They're just making sure they don't lose. That is really killing time off the clock, as well as meaning that nobody has to overcommit. You ain't got to send 2 players for anything. Just trade 1 for 1 each and every time. Beast mode down the other side of the field will steal a bit of boost. And now Miss with a chance to try and work some magic. Looks for the goalkeeper. In comes Turbo. Some aerial acrobatics there from Team EnVy, but it doesn't work. And now on the breakaway, Rapid shot slightly off target. Missed to make sure of it. Oh, going back and forth. Turbo looking for the backboards. Every touch has to be perfect here from KCP. They cannot afford to just hand over a goal with so much time left.
Yeah, especially with EnVy's kickoff shenanigans they're well known for. Atomic trying to just power that one through Beast Mode, who's got in the way of it. And again, denies EnVy and sends the ball into offense now. Rapid thinking about it. Memory also up, but they've missed. And EnVy have got a chance to counter-attack here. The entirety of KCP hung around in EnVy's half, but they're smelling blood in the water now as another shot just trickles wide of that far post. And so, kind of risky there for KCP to commit so much to this attack with only 20 or 30 seconds left in the game. I would have expected deeper rotations, more passive play. But, I mean, to be fair to them, they did almost score, and they haven't given EnVy anything in terms of counter-attacking play. Now, here's one last chance of the game for EnVy. It's Atomic into the corner wall. Miss doesn't have the boost to fly up for it. Turbo beaten to the ball as well.
Missed. Can't follow this up either. It's over to Beast Mode. Add 1 more to the tally, maybe. Looks for the impossible angle and gets it!
And what a celebration that is. Beast Mode. First touch from just inside the halfway line. Wow, what an angle. Atomic was not expecting that. Of course, the game was already over. 2-goal advantage and no time left on the clock. It didn't matter whether or not Beast Mode scored there. In terms of, well, from a results perspective, I think that's huge. I mean, he's just really thrown down the gauntlet to EnVy here with that last touch of the game. Huge performance from KCP and Beast Mode in particular.
That's a great reminder for Beast Mode, because sometimes you can get into these sort of matches. You can do this against the other teams, but when you see a team like an NRG and EnVy, any of these top teams, start thinking, this doesn't work. Beast Mode, if you're hitting things like that, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. That's going in every single time. So an incredible performance there from KCP, and more of what we saw from them at the start of this season when they were on the upswing, when they were a real legitimate threat And we were thinking that maybe they could start pushing themselves on through to maybe even championship contenders for certain regionals. But they have dropped off. So far, not the case. They know they've got to win this. They know they've got to keep that pressure on G2. More performance like that one we just saw, and they might very well have a chance. But there's those kickoff shenanigans you mentioned in the last game, Johnny.
Yeah, EnVy really do have some great synergy on kickoffs. You've got to be careful against them. You know, that was maybe one of the reasons why I was most surprised to see KCP playing so aggressively in that final minute of the last game. You know, they do say that offense is the best defense. KCP, largely, for their RLCS X season so far, would fit that description quite well. They do prefer to be the attacking team. They're not really known for absorbing tons of pressure in defense. That's why I think avoiding mistakes is the key for them, as Atomic looks to knock one down off that curve towards Mist, who was waiting at the far post for it. Calm. That's how I would describe KCP's defense at the moment.
Yes.
Never mind.
Well, calmly taken up by memory after the fact. Maybe a bit too calm. Just, it'll be fine. It'll go over me. Memory will sort it out. Maybe not the mentality you should have at an RLCS level where you think, oh, we'll just be sorted out by our teammate, but, you know, it'll feel good. Memory actually gets out to beast mode. Wow. Another one for the board.
And the recoveries are just too quick for these guys. Willingness to attack with all three players. Coming in huge for KCP. Rapid is running riot in the offensive corner. Just took the challenge completely out of the equation. And that left it wide open for Memory and Beast Mode to connect for the opening goal. This is a bit of a streak now. 4 goals in a row for KCP between this game and the last. And as soon as they took away their defensive mistakes, or at least their big-time defensive mistakes, where they're giving away possession and taking themselves out of the game at the same time, EnVy have not looked in control. This is awkward. Atomic is going to just get back in time for that one. What a win for KCP in game 2. Looks like it's really swung the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I think the best way to describe them at the moment is just the swarm. Every slight advantage they get, they still one big boost and they think, right, that's the chance, send the house. Can't argue against the results so far. That confidence really working to the best of them. Mist kept relatively quiet since his opening goal. Now Rapid. Oh, wow. Again, every play that Rapid is making needs 2 players to stop him. And when you're making trades like that, your team is always going to be much more comfortable. Atomic 14 boost. But he just bait in for a challenge. Demo means Memory will need to continue. Another miss, though. And Memory might have got the setup for Beast Mode one more time. He's got it over to Rapid. Top corner. And KC Pioneers are on a level we have never seen them before.
Just look at the commitment to the offense. Rapid flying from miles away. That's your third man moving in. Showing great confidence in his teammates to rotate quickly and back him up should that shot be saved. Should he hit the post or the crossbar? Although I really don't think he was thinking about hitting the post or the crossbar there at all. That was straight into the top corner. I've got to, praise them for this. This is a really confident performance from KCP. They are not holding back at all. And to do that with 0 seconds remaining in the previous game and a 2-goal advantage is one thing. To do it in a real game against EnVy is another. They are not showing too much respect to EnVy, which I think is really important. You got to show respect to them, but not too much, just to just give them all the space and all the time to do whatever they want.
Well, what's crazy as well is that whenever we see that sort of playstyle, the immediate conversation goes to what happens when Team EnVy get the counterattack. That has not been a factor so far, purely because when Kansas City Pioneers go for that play, they score. There is no counterattack.
What a huge series, like the desk we're saying. For the overall standings in the RLCS X circuit points, Kansas City Pioneers sitting just outside the top 6, behind G2, behind FaZe, who are eliminated already today. So this is chance for KCP to make up ground. Wow. And look at the dunk from Beast Mode. 6 unanswered goals. KCP are absolutely destroying EnVy.
Look at that. I've never seen someone follow up a dunk. That is something else. And Beast Mode very much in the mood to get himself an MVP. Very much in the mood to putting his team 2-1 up in this series. Rapid. Again,
Oh
past Atomic.
my.
Beast Mode gets a hat trick. This is dominant.
Yeah, this is confidence. Look at this from Rapid. Immediately takes off again after landing on the sidewall, which was his own touch he's following up on. That's 2 plays. He takes it past one, recovers, takes it past another, and it's wide open for Beast Mode, the hat-trick hero in this game. Make it 7 goals in a row now. And these ones have all been relevant. You can maybe say if it wasn't a wonder goal, then the Beast Mode wasn't. But now finally, EnVy have answered. Of course it would be Turbo. A solid first touch to set up the double here from Turbo Pulsa, but is it too little too late? They're going to need their kickoff shenanigans now more than ever.
I wasn't able to keep up count. I think it got quite high there for me, but was that 8 goals uncontested?
I think 7. They didn't score at the end of the game number 1, did they? Pretty sure it was just EnVy.
I don't remember. Game 1 was sort of done, and this one very much might not be.
Hey, this might be a game. Hold on a second.
This is getting there.
They've done this before. EnVy are known for their comeback potential. You notice Atomic there coming in from the far post side. He's able to attack the ball so much more early and so much more dangerously than if he was following his teammate in, in his immediate rearview mirror. That's very instructive there from Atomic. But can they get one more? KCP, I think they've realized the danger now, so they've backed up just a little bit. This is where the panic might ensue. They've got to be careful here. They've got to communicate what they're doing, whose ball is which. Because now here come EnVy again. This is a 3v1. And Turbo's going to go for the goal himself. Had backup. Here the backup arrives. Atomic passes. What an interception from Beast Mode. That was a really difficult pass to read. Somehow he saw it coming.
And now Memory looks to try and get through. Missed, clears. Atomic waits for it, but Beast Mode will be the first one to the ball. EnVy know that they've got to get a goal, and they've got to get it soon. These challenges from KCP are calming this game down. Pass to Memory. Atomic to Turbo, and Turbo have a lot of work to do, and just couldn't quite do it. Already up. Atomic needs to get it first time, otherwise we are going to get to 0 seconds. It's now impossible for them. And it was forced to sweat over it here, Johnny. The Kansas City Pioneers have still got the win. Good news over Team EnVy is that what was an overwhelming wave of momentum for KCP has definitely quieted down.
And those couple goals at the end of the game will definitely give EnVy confidence. But it was still a pretty impressive way to end the game for KCP. They stayed calm. This was definitely a dangerous position for them to be in. Definitely pretty scary to see EnVy put in 2 past you, and it's still 50 seconds plus on the clock. But credit to Beast Mode. I don't know how he managed to read the fact that Atomic was passing in field there. It was definitely a position that Atomic was able to shoot and able to pick his spot as well. Atomic trying to be extremely deceptive with a close range infield pass. But yeah, Beast Mode, he really did have an absolute blinder of a game. Insanity from him. You can never count out EnVy though. That's pretty crazy. No. They were able to almost come back from 4 with, was it just over a minute left in the game? Yeah, very impressive stuff as well.
I can tell you right now, for those of you at home wondering, well, okay, but there's still time in this game. We have played thousands of games this season. I would be shocked if the number of 4-goal comebacks was over 5 across the entire season. I'm sure I'm going to get an app from statisticians somewhere just going, well, actually, Shogun, we're up to 13 so far this season. But for now, no one's told me I'm wrong, and I get to be correct for that little minute.
Yeah, in a minute, the time is what makes it so impressive to me. EnVy are really scary with their kickoff pressure. They turn, the dead ball into a chance on net extremely quickly, and it's usually a dangerous shot as well. So that's where KCP have to be most careful in this matchup. It seems that once they can get into this back and forth in the midfield, they're quite comfortable. This has overall been a phenomenal performance from KCP so far. Built entirely around confidence. As long as they believe that they can make their plays consistently, they've got the capability. The mechanics are there, and the synergy's definitely there.
Look, if I was EnVy, I would start adding a new part into my comms, because we already know the normal ones. It's usually mine. Oh, wait a second. Rapid gets what? It's usually mine, awkward. I'm going to add the new one in here, which is Beast Mode. Just alert everyone. We need to defend this right now, because Beast Mode is about to do something.
I really do wonder if that's something that would change the interaction. You say, okay, it's Beast Mode on the ball, so let's have Definitely will. We want an early challenge for
Everyone
sure.
jump. Just go to it.
Let's just hope for the best. I think with KCP, you know, Rapid is definitely a wild card in offense as well. Difficult to read and very dangerous. But look at this now from EnVy. Missed. Just sneaks it by a goalkeeper who was trying to pull off an in and out save in the play. Beast mode. Not the safest touch, but I don't think he was expecting Atomic to be in that position.
No, he's definitely a little bit offside there, wasn't he? But that was a fantastic play. And if we are still keeping count, that's now 3 for EnVy that have gone unanswered so far for KCP. Beast mode. I'd love to try and change that. Couldn't quite hook the car around enough to get another touch on the ball. Now Memory, he's definitely going to be second best. Use Beast mode all by himself against Turbo and Mist. And what a job he does with it. But Atomic now gets to it. And Rapid's going to buy his team just a little bit more time. This time EnVy had a lead. They stuck it out throughout the entirety of the game. KCP very much trying to figure out how to deal with an EnVy that aren't trying to scramble back into the game. Here's Mist looking to try and find the angle. And Memory will clear.
The Memory predicted well there. Oh, hold on a second.
Well, he did not predict
got a
that
miss.
well.
Yeah, well, beforehand, Memory read the dribble very well. He read the fact that mind game could be an option. I don't know what on earth happened to Rapid there, though. Beast mode was called off the ball. He could have saved this, but he didn't go for it because Rapid must have said that he had this one covered. I mean, it looked like he should have had it covered, to be honest. Really bizarre there. Another miss coming through for KCP. We saw, you know, a couple of these in game number 1, a game they lost quite comfortably. Got to make sure that those mistakes don't creep back into the matchup, because that's when EnVy looked like the heavy favorites in it. Turbo bumped out of his double touch. I think Beast mode would have intercepted him anyway. Yeah, as long as they can keep the ball away from defense, they look great. Now, attacking KCP. But ends up not really amounting to much as EnVy have turned this one around, sent it back to midfield. Rapid wanting someone to be available in the middle for the pass there, but looks like KCP are getting a bit boxed up in this near post area, and they're getting punished again. An overextension leads to a long shot for Turbo.
And that's number 5. And just that rotation is not what it once was for KCP. Something has started to go off for them. And they'll figure this one out. This game already might be beyond them. And for Team EnVy, what a response. This is what you want from one of your top teams in the region. Got dominated for the early part of the last game and just didn't let it phase them. Started putting together a couple of good plays of their own, and now they are very much in the driver's seat of this series. Missed towards the backboard. Rapid can look to try and find some way back into this one, but that's another miss.
Yeah, difficult execution, of course, on that play from Rapid as he tries to fake the hard clear and then start the air dribble. But you'd expect a player of his caliber, especially with the mechanics that he's been pulling off earlier on, even just a couple of games ago and last game. You'd think he'd be able to pull these plays off, but a couple of mistakes now in defense. They're really adding up. They're putting so much pressure on KCP. The trust has gone out the window. But if nothing else, at least they're not getting completely clogged up in offense, so there aren't any easy counterattacks for EnVy for the time being.
Yeah, another goal absolutely finishes it, even if this one is already quite far away. Missed. Pretty sure that 3-goal lead is at least maintained for now. EnVy. It's so hard to get a lead off them. They do not give away anything for free. And more often than not, you're going to have to at least put something on the line to try and break them down. And by the time you've done that, they've got themselves on the counter-attack. Off the backboard, Missed. Ready and waiting for it. So this has become a very difficult series to judge here, Johnny. Both teams taking it in turns to be the team that are very much in control. We haven't had many moments, though, where both teams seem equal.
Yeah, I would say EnVy have been the more consistent team, which is not surprising, given the fact that they are the most consistent team in NA RLCS. But KCP dominated them 2 games, and then they've been dominated the other 2 games. It's been all about consistency and defense for me. Whenever KCP have avoided these huge mistakes in defense, they've looked great, and they've had phenomenal transition play. They've been connecting the passes in the final third. This game, a couple of defensive mistakes start to cause the entire team to lose trust in each other. And we saw several times at the end of the game here, Rapid would be trying to look for an infield pass option, and there's just no one there for it. The offensive synergy was also lacking. It wasn't just a couple of whiffs in defense. No chances really to score against EnVy at the tail end of this game. How KCP bounce back from this will be interesting, because they were able to completely change their tune in between game 1 and 2. They still have that timeout if they want to take it, but I think they're probably just going to go into this one, because they did, like I said, manage to step it up significantly going into that second game. I'm sure they're going to be capable of doing that again.
Yeah, I think it's the sort of series where momentum has shifted so many times that it's hard to sort of justify that a timeout is going to be a big reason for another momentum shift, where it's probably just going to happen naturally, if anything. But as you mentioned, both teams still with their timeout, and we are running out of options and time for them to use it. As we head into the second half of this series, both teams tied up 2 games each. Only 1 spot remaining for either of these 2 teams to get into the semifinals. In the field to Mist. Oh, wow, Atomic not far off. I think it'll be absolutely massive for KCP if they could just get one of those plays that we saw earlier on where all 3 players are involved. But know that Team EnVy are at least still vulnerable to that sort of play. And wow, that was close.
Yeah, Atomic, it looked like he was attempting a return pass to a falling Mist, who initially played the ball to him, little aerial 1-2, but those are so hard to connect with, especially when you're playing with such a short range. There's really no time to adjust. Now the flip reset from Mist. Beast Mode does the right thing, closes it down as quickly as possible. That's not only giving him a chance to immediately stop the play, but it gives his defenders behind him more time to react to what happens should Mist get the outplay.
Atomic's booming clear. Half of a double commit there from KCP. Memory cooled off. So far, it has been Team EnVy with the vast majority of the territory. All 3 players, though, a little bit of a cluster for them. Get rid of a few players, and where on earth has Beast Mode gone?
Yeah, he got bumped. Mist was coming back out of the net, and he just absolutely sent him flying. It was one of those bumps where he catches him just as he's jumping, which only amplifies it significantly. A disaster for Beast Mode, but look how well he's done here. He's buying his team so much time with these clears, picking his spots very well on them. Just noticing where the third man is for EnVy and playing the ball anywhere but there. Now Mist looks for another reset. Didn't quite get that one. Would have been the only way through. So again, playing the win condition, playing the scoring condition quite well, but the shot selection for Mist is always such a difficult option. He always picks the hardest one. I mean, again, here is throwing a flip reset into an already challenging shooting angle. He really isn't afraid to do anything, is he?
No, absolutely not. As a defender, you've got to be just as creative as he is, because you've got to figure out, well, what's he actually going for here? And usually it's a step or 2 extra than you're actually thinking it's going to be. Just that mechanically gifted. Beast Mode, another block. 0 boost, but Memory comes out of that challenge pretty well, and Rapid, if he just committed, might have actually got something out of that. Half the game gone. No goals scored.
Oh.
Oh, this is a game of near misses, isn't it, Joel?
Oh,
wow,
what?
That's not a near miss at all. That's a crunching challenge from Mist.
Tag team challenge from Mist and Atomic. Look at this one. Bam. You're not getting through 2 challenges. Just really using Greasy Meister's philosophy there. Double commit, double the chance of success. I cannot believe that just worked. That was a complete misplay from EnVy, complete miscommunication. After the exact same thing happened moments ago, 2 double commits in positions where it doesn't make sense at all, and they've scored off it. KCP have a good reason to be a bit salty about that one. They've got an equalizer coming up if they could just hit this target, though. Memory's a bit slow to it, but it's in wide open net for Beast Mode, and he does put it in. I think justice for KCP, but EnVy, they'll be wishing they did something with this one. They had chances.
Yeah, that is, wow. Sorry, I'm trying to get over what the last half a minute of this Rocket League has been like. The end result of it is that we are back to a tied-up game. I'm just starting to think now that the ranked lobbies over the next few days is going to be a little bit
no.
horrifying. Everyone at home has now seen the double committing leads to RLCS goals.
I really hope that none of my teammates are watching. None of my future teammates, if they're watching, then they've got an excuse now. So
I believe the phrase I'm going to give to all of your future teammates is, "Hey, Johnny, I saw this one over the weekend."
no, don't say that. No. Every single game I play, they're just going to say, hey, really great game between EnVy and KCP, especially game 5. Wow.
I learned this really one from the second best team in North America. Oh, demo. No lead needed.
Oh, the fight game. I think there is an element of a fake there from Turbo, intentional or not. Let's see how much Beast Mode was looking at Turbo here. He's crept into the corner. Oh, he's only getting demoed. Memory's just, oh, he's still landed. That's a horrible landing by Memory. And he just has to watch the ball bouncing past him. EnVy are in front again, and both their goals have been top play material. I hope Gibbs is taking notes.
I believe the kind way of calling this match is unconventional. It is EnVy that are currently coming out on top of it. Rapid looking to change that nice and quick. Not too much power though on the lofted hit from him. Memory over to Turbo. Turbo to Atomic. Takes his time with 0 boost. That bounces out perfectly to Memory. Couldn't quite catch it. Could have been so much worse there for Team EnVy. With Atomic to the backboard. Beast Mode at least traps it for the time being. 40 seconds left. KCP showed us some magic earlier on in this series. They need some more of it if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, they've definitely come out of this one with reason to feel hard done by, but they've also had their chances. That shot set up the Memory had just moments ago. The pass was just begging to be sent flying towards the top corner, but he's kind of scuffed it. So opportunities getting away from KCP, and now time really getting away from them. Beast Mode lands a flip reset with a reverse air roll, and Memory's hit the bar. Here comes Rapid. He's denied by a point-blank save. I don't think your rotations are going to be there for KCP. The boost just isn't there to get them back out of the play and then turn around and attack the ball again. Last chance of regulation goes to EnVy, and they don't even need to put this in. Turbo scores into the floor goal and confirms the result for game 5. 3-2. That's a tough one for KCP. That is a tactical timeout kind of game for me. They aren't ready up.
I think you got to use it no matter what here. It's going a little bit too against you since the end of game 3. But wow, that was one of the more eventful games that we've seen. What I do quite like, though, at least from our point of view as analysts, is we've now got to see what KCP look like after the triple commit in offense. And as you mentioned, that rotation is no longer there. You've sent everybody. Everyone's still trying to recover at that time. And yeah, that's sending the house. That is quite literally sending the house.
Yeah, they are in fact going to go for a timeout. I'm not surprised because this was a tilter. I mean, the first goal was a straight up miscommunication from EnVy, which KCP didn't see coming. I mean, how do you predict that you're going to get challenged by 2 players in a dribble? To be fair, though, it was a risky dribble. And, you know, EnVy have accidentally sent 2 players and gotten a goal directly off the challenge. I think one challenge may have done the same. It has to be said, one challenge may have been enough to do that anyway.
As entertaining.
I don't think the dribble was all that inspiring from KCP, so they've got to be careful. If you're ball carrying out a defense, you need to know where the opponents are, or if you don't know exactly where they are, you better already be flicking the ball. You can't just sit there with the ball in your head and hope that they're not behind the ball driving into the ball, because that's usually when they are behind the ball driving into the ball. So KCP, tough lesson there, really tough loss. They've, I think, wisely taken the time here, full time, to just let it go by. They got to go next. They got to win here. This is huge for their position in the RLCSX overall standings. I mean, G2 are going to be hoping that KCP lose this, and so are FaZe, who are already out of this tournament. They're really hoping KCP lose this.
I think the only bad part about KCP taking this timeout is that we just showed the replays of that match twice for them. So they've had to live through that one a second time. But yeah, you're completely correct about the challenges. You've either got to get your car behind it or get that ball on top of your car. If you go for the middle ground, you're just a golf tee at that point, and everyone's going to be very happy to try and charge that ball directly off you. But yeah, for KCP, 2 wins in a row needed coming into this one, as NRG and Sonic's waiting in the wings to see who will be playing against the winner of this one. Yes, G2, 140 points up coming into this tournament over KCP. That would go even higher if this result stays as it is. Turbo shot slightly off target. It's a phase. They're even further out. I think they're about 250 plus points. So won't do too much damage to them, but here we go. KCP have got themselves on the road.
I mean, EnVy, they've done it again. We've got Turbo, you know, just kind of floating down here, and Mist decides to go as well. I'm not sure it was a good idea because there was certainly ball pressure from Turbo, and from that distance, I would expect Mist to save most shots. So surprising to see EnVy lunging in as much as this, because they're very good at just sitting back and absorbing pressure. They're probably the best team out of all the very best teams in NA at playing that kind of park the bus defense. But they're not really doing a lot of it today. You know, maybe they're afraid of letting that happen against KCP, because KCP are very mechanical and very tough to read. Turbo does read the bounce off his own back wall there. It can be awkward, but you know, always expect a player like Turbo to hit those. He does. Now that's a dunk. Mist is going to have to deal with that. KCP still coming forward. Mist deflects it to the backboard. There's no touch from Atomic. Memory makes it 2-0.
And that was just chaos. There were players of all different colors all over the place, and Mist, he spotted Rapid, panicked, and then they're putting that into the perfect spot for KCP. They've got the 2-goal lead.
A really strange series here, but with how today has gone, it feels like it's only right that we head to a Game 7.
We might as well commit at this point. All day, Game 7.
It could happen. I mean, you know, a lot of people are writing off the Sonics against NRG, but Sonics looked really good yesterday. So, you know, they have given NRG a little bit of trouble in the past. I think they took a game off them last time they played, 2 games the time before that. So it's NRG definitely possible.
Difficult to figure out this week.
Yeah.
2-0 though for KCP. They've been looking good when they've managed to get these leads. It's just being able to get to these points that has been difficult. Memory's not going to leave that. He's probably hoping for a bit of an easier time. He's not got it. Rapid, low challenge. There's no such thing as an easy time when you're up against KCP. And instead, EnVy have been trapped over in the corner. The best touch from Memory, but might just be buying some time for his team to get back into position. Slapped it back down. Rapid was having none of that play.
Yeah, Rapid has just gone full aggression in this game. He will not leave EnVy alone. The pressure the KCP are applying is working. EnVy being caused to cave defensively. The boost is being taken away. They're getting bumped around. And the finishing touch is always there for KCP, who have shown a willingness every single game, every single time that you ask them, hey, are you willing to send your third man in for that finishing touch while the other guy's, you know, making a pass and someone else is bumping? Yes, yes, they are. They are more than willing.
I would love to know the breaking point for KCP where that is no longer the case. Was it a 1-goal lead with like 5 seconds left? Off. And when this is going to at least cut down this lead a little bit. It got close a couple of games ago.
Oh, wow.
Team EnVy. Oh, my goodness. I did not notice that from Atomic, but tell you what, I'm noticing it now, and that is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's crazy. The creativity for Atomic and then the execution as well. Just like we said when we were talking about Mist earlier, they picked some really, really tough shots and tough passes to attempt, but they actually pulled them off. That's unbelievable to catch the ball on the back wall and then send it straight back down into the center. There's no chance, absolutely no shot that KCP saw that one coming, and I don't blame him.
Beast Mode getting away with one as he had to try and navigate both crossbar and post. Rapid still down the other side of the field. Even with this lead, KCP leaving the threat around. Atomic tries to find his way back. Rapid caught in.
Oh my.
Off the miss, and KCP showing a little bit of weakness when it comes to their defensive rotation. I want to figure this out nice and quick. Let's make sure they nail that 100 boost as well. Instead, Turbo gets rid of the car entirely. And KCP might be in for a siege.
Yeah, KCP, I think they've been blessed there by the bounces that the ball's been taken. It's crossed the box a couple times and no one's been there to really challenge it, but it's gone too far overhead for EnVy to follow up on. Here come EnVy again. Mist trying to reach that one. It's going to go too far for him to reach, and back around and in from the other angle. This seems to be EnVy's formula right now. Just lobbing the ball into the middle from one side and then the other side. And although it's definitely putting KCP in awkward positions, They haven't got any realistic shots off this strategy. So will there be an infield pass? Will there be a direct shot to try and mix it up? For now, they're just continuing to lob the ball over the top of the box and hope that eventually KCP mess up or run out of boost.
KCP not giving that up just yet. Here comes Rapid. And even with a 2-goal lead and a minute left, all 3 players were in the final third of Team EnVy. Matter of fact, it's only Rapid back at the moment. See Beast Mode waiting for a potential pass. Now it's Atomic.
Oh.
Both teams just setting players up. It's like a chess game. Because I'm going to leave someone down here, and you've got to worry about them now for the next 10 or so seconds, because this ball can get to them somehow. What matters right now for KCP is the next 30 seconds.
KCP are in a great position here. They've been stuck in defense with not a lot of boost for a lot of this game, but this isn't one of those moments. They've escaped. They've got mid-boost control, and now they've even got the ball into EnVy's box. That was half a chance. You can't count out EnVy. With even a few seconds left, they are capable, and Rapid would do well to waste all the time remaining without taking any risks. He doesn't take any, and that wins it. KCP confirmed Game 7 against EnVy.
All right, quick fire prediction here, Johnny. Is it gonna be a timeout?
My goodness. That's tough. I thought you were gonna ask me who's gonna win. I was gonna say EnVy without thinking, but no, is it gonna be a timeout?
That's an easier prediction for you.
No, I don't think there is. I kind of cheated there because I saw them all ready up, so I was going to see what they're gonna do. But yeah, they've all readied up there for the next game.
Fake out, mate.
I'm gonna go with no, but yeah, I had no idea. Absolutely no clue. This wasn't a particularly tilty game. They just got outplayed. You know, sometimes you just lose in Rocket League, and there's no you know, strategical misplay. It's such a fast game, such a fast-paced game, that it can happen. And EnVy are the kings of clutch in this kind of matchup. They won't be too bothered by the fact they're going to Game 7. They've done this before. They've been here before. They got Turbo Pulse on their team. Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, the experience on Team EnVy is, quite frankly, something else. And for Kansas City Pioneers, pressure on. I mean, there's not much to gain here. My goodness, there is an awful lot to lose for them. This Game 7 is worth so much, not just to their careers, but to their season overall, because they have got some catching up to do right now. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in this game as we head over to Champions Field, presented by Verizon 5G. 5 minutes for Kansas City Pioneers to try and book their spot in the semifinals, or will Team EnVy simply prove a step too far?
And that really is the story. KCP need this. It would be such a huge boost to their season. It would put them right back in the running for the top 6 spots. Give them a chance to go even further and just confirm top 6 today. They can advance even more in the bracket. First chance of the game to Rapid. He's going to go for a crazy high double touch, but even Rapid wasn't able to get over the top of that one. It really just shows what kind of plan KCP have for this game. Are you going to shoot that direct? No. Double touch. And that, I think, just is how this series and how this game is likely to go. Memory shoots low, doesn't catch miss pre-jumping. EnVy will hang on for now.
And for me, this first goal needs to go for KCP. I don't see them making a comeback happen if they end up losing it, as that shot's going to force Memory to react. Great challenge there from Mist. In comes Beast Mode. Has to just avoid Turbo Pulse's incoming challenge. That's a Memory. Looking for that one mistake here from Team EnVy. It's unlikely to happen, but gotta at least ask the question of them. And right now it is KCP putting all the pressure on, and there's Rapid off the backboard. Well, we were wondering whether or not the pressure was going to get to them. Rapid showing that it's not. They are all over them at the moment. Up goes Rapid one more time. He's not going to get there as Turbo sees the ball away, but KCP will feel like it's just a matter of time. Nobody available for the follow-up. They've got to back down and go again.
What a save from Atomic to deny KCP the lead. KCP have got to stay calm here. They've got to just take their time. They're in a good position. They're posturing well, and all day they've been threatening as long as their defensive mistakes can be avoided. So that's the main plan. That's the main thing they've got to know right now. They were so close to taking the lead there, but the worst thing they can do is get frustrated by the lack of a goal. In the orange half right now, Memory with a touch, crucial one over Turbo, who is coming in for a free shot. Now Beast Mode goes to the dribble, he's pass missed, has to go for the corner here, but that bounce might be good for him. He plays it himself. EnVy again have got an answer.
Missed. has got a chance here. Double demo.
My!
It's going to go the whole way. And Atomic became the heat-seeking missile that the team needed.
Not one, two demos for Atomic. And then through the smoke, he saw probably the best thing you can ever see once you've cleared out a defense. The ball rolling towards you. 1-0 EnVy off the back of Atomic's outrageous defensive and offensive display have put the pressure on KCP.
Nothing fluky about that one. Here comes Turbo. I'm going to get to it quick enough. KCP up against it here. First thing first, they need to make sure that EnVy don't start running away with this one. Great challenge for Memory. Didn't quite get the boost away from Turbo. Drops down, missed, back out. Here comes Turbo, beat to it by Memory. Now leaves Atomic and Mist as the only players tracking back. Beast Mode takes a decent challenge. It's going to be difficult to set up from the corner. And that pinch certainly does not help matters. Atomic with the breakaway. Couldn't quite get the ball over to Mist. But a lot of KCP's defense is being done with their back turned to the play. They have to scramble back. Oh, it's Memory! Couldn't get the first shot in, but blocked for a second one. What each?
Oh, wow. What a recovery by Memory. That is disgusting. He hit that hard into the corner and really had to stretch to get back to it before Atomic would get goal side. But boy, did he do well. Perfect approach. Beats Atomic to the punch, forces the save, the pre-jump to come through for EnVy, and then dunks on it. And that is a play just as good as anything we've seen from Atomic in this game. KCP here to play in Game 7.
What a day of Rocket League we are being treated to. Beast Mode might actually be a chance there for the team. Turbo and Atomic not looking comfortable. Just needed that slight bit of confidence from KCP. In for the backboard, double commit. The worst part is they got both contacts, so the ball didn't quite go as safe as they would like. Team EnVy unable to recover the ball. Another miss, both teams. Just looking a little bit sloppy out on the field. 1 minute left. Missed. Out to Turbo. No boost for him, but nobody knows it. He's going to get there for the shot, and it's got in! KCP fell to the posturing of Turbo Pulsar.
When you play against Turbo in Champions Field, it just feels like the writing's on the wall at times. It literally is in 3 places, but oh, what a disaster for KCP. Another defensive blunder comes back to haunt them in the most important game of the series, most important game of their RLCS X season so far. Can they respond? Yes, they can. It's Beast Mode. First to the near post ball chase moment, and wow, they've done it in quick succession here.
Well, the pressure was on, and now the pressure is off, at least momentarily. Rapid fire in this game number 7. And still all to play for. There's the Team EnVy kickoff. Not going to be able to get anything too much for it. Memory moves in. It's open. It's available. Rapid already up. Beats Atomic. Up goes Beast Mode. And it is blocked. 40 seconds now, Johnny. And it's Team EnVy on the counter.
EnVy have proven to be a clutch roster so many times in this season. But will they do it again? Missed. Denies Beast Mode. Another shot on target. Now it's Turbo. Does not get the dribble through this time. And KCP are holding on to their back corner boosts here. Even under all this pressure, they're making sure not to get boost start. They can fight fire with fire here. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're going for early interceptions. Another demo in the backfield. Miss gets 2. Looks like Turbo's going to have to play this one as a sort of a back pass to Atomic, though. Beast Mode pre-jumps him. It's back into EnVy's half.
One more opportunity. Who's it going to go to? Memory already up. KCP will like to try and latch onto something. Double commit. Bounces back out one more time. Rapid takes over. Good catch from him. All the way out. Memory looks for the chance. And a smothering save. Overtime to see who goes through to the semi-finals.
That's unreal again from Atomic. Another huge save from him. Saved his team earlier on in the game, and he's done it to just get them into overtime here. Recovery's coming in quick for KCP. They know that they can send everybody forward here. That's what their play style always has been. But they've got to get back into the rotation. They can't leave people isolated at the back. The solo play potential for EnVy is insane.
Memory catches it. Atomic's waiting for him. The bear trap was there, and unfortunately it looks like KCP stood in it, but instead Beast Mode managed to power that ball away from his side of the field, and that's exactly what his team needed. Atomic pre-jumps. Over to Turbo, looks at the backboard. It's a miss from Rapid. Memory has to just get over and stop whatever miss was going to try. Mistake, moment of brilliance. They all mean the same in overtime at Game 7. Just depends on who can find that first goal. Rapid. Over to Memory. He's going to take his time. Look to set up. No real passing options for him, though, so he's got to try and go by himself.
Yeah, loving what I'm seeing from Memory overall here. He's been saving his team defensively, and he's taking extra touches when he can in the midfield. EnVy are expecting constant boomers to come at them, but Memory's realized that, plays for the extra control whenever he can.
He is the most experienced in the roster, but now off the backboard, Rapid had to make contact. Memory on the breakaway. He's got to try and beat Turbo and Mist. Past one, but Turbo's challenge should give Mist the easiest block. Now a demo. Beast Mode just tracks his way back. KCP doing a good job of not getting too excited in the moment. Missed shot, blocked one more time by Beast Mode. What a play.
Yeah, there been so many of these follow-up touches in defense, dunking any next shot they're cross that might be coming in. Turbo's far up here, but he's not going to make contact, and Memory's ready for the miss. And you have to stay ready for that miss when an attacker is stretching out for that touch like that. And Memory again taking all the touches he needs, and how about that for a winner? Memory with a huge performance seals it in Game 7.
Rejoice for KCP! They have done it! And they could very well have kept this season in their hands. Kansas City Pioneers are through to the semifinals, and they will await either the Sonics or NRG.
Wow. That was a huge performance from Memory. Remember the name. He's going to be such an important player for KCP and the rest of their season. But it continues today. They can catch up to FaZe even more if they just keep on winning. The more they win today, the more they catch up to FaZe, who are already out of the tournament at the hands of Rogue earlier on today. KCP with this kind of level, if they can just avoid the one or two defensive mistakes that sometimes creep into their game, they look like they're at that very top level in North America.
And what I love about that performance from KCP is everyone got their moment to shine. In the 2 games earlier on, that was all Rapid in beast mode. I'm sorry, Memory, you were kind of an afterthought at that point, but as we hit Game 7, the most experienced player on the roster showed up massive. 2 goals, 4 saves, and a ticket through to the semifinals. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we get all of the reaction to the match that we just saw, as well as kick off our final quarterfinals as NRG take on the Sonics.